There is a great market for used cars right now. If you're selling one, dealers are paying a lot more than they did just a few months ago. And Regina Lewis, who covers personal finance for dailyfinance.com, is here to tell us exactly why and what you should do, well, to get a little advantage out there, right? Good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
Why are they going for so much more this year?
Well,
What's led to it?
A lot of it has to do with good old-fashioned supply and demand. But to put it in perspective, we're talking about 16% more year over year, 16-year highs. Pretty incredible. Bottom line, Chris, people are holding on to their vehicles longer, about a year longer. So there's the numbers.
Yeah.
So they're simply not trading them in. I was at CarMax. The guy looked right at me and said, you know, the lot's half empty. Number two, and this is a biggie that a lot of people don't realize, in 2008, credit really tightened up. That means people had trouble getting leases. If you fast forward to 2011, right about now, those leased cars would be used cars. That pipeline is dry. Rental car companies did the same thing. They didn't buy as many. Those used vehicles aren't there. And then, of course, things in Japan have exacerbated things.
Is there a certain car where you're going to get a better deal, or is it just basically all used cars across the board?
You know, it is across the board, but particularly small, compact vehicles and hybrids because of the gas price issue.
Okay.
Every dollar in gas prices on average increases the value of a small car by 10%. So that $10,000 small car on the lot, boom, gas prices go up $1, it's now worth $11,000. So here's some examples. Ford Focus, you see, last year it would have been worth, this is a 2008 model, $7,500. Today it's worth $9,600. So that $2,000 spread, if you think about it, if you had a $200 car payment, you could have been driving this vehicle for the last year, pretty much would have paid for itself.
Yeah, so I guess the opposite would, I guess, agree for SUVs, and that they would probably just go in the tank.
SUVs tougher. When you trade those in, the gas guzzlers are going for less.
But again,
and a lot of people are upside down on their SUVs, meaning their loan is more than what they could get for it. That's
and like you said, more savings here for the Hyundai Elantra.
Check out this next one. This is the Prius. That spread is almost $5,000.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Incredible.
Prius, like you mentioned. Is this a trend that's going to continue, do we think?
You know, I talked to David Kiley, who's the renowned auto journalist in Detroit, and he said the general consensus is it's going to level off this fall and into 2012. So it really is a moment in time.
Yeah. When you are selling your car, there are a number of things. I guess what would be the first bit of advice you would have with that whole checklist of things that you're going to do before you put it out there on the market?
For starters, Kelley Blue Book. They have the most objective assessment of what the vehicle is worth. Smart to know that number. The second, if you go to autotrader.com, you can see what vehicles are selling for. That gives you a sense. There are some regional differences. It will also help you, and this is a very advanced move, if you are about to get out of a lease and you have a low residual value, meaning I can buy that car for a lot less. If you go to autotrader.com, it might reveal the fact that you should buy that lease out, go down to another dealer down the street and sell it. You could use that profit for a new vehicle. Yeah,
and also, like we mentioned, we just saw one of the graphics before, the comps are always good. It's almost like buying a house. You're going to have to kind of comp it to other houses that are in the area to see what you can get. You suggest that maybe it wouldn't hurt to be your own salesperson, too.
Yes, you'll get about 10% more if you go it alone versus using a dealer. Now, it takes a lot of time, but there are classifieds online. Certainly, AOL has classifieds, eBay, Craigslist, where you post photos. Don't forget social networking also. If you have a Facebook or Twitter, people inherently like to buy from someone they know. There's trust in that.
And when closing the deal?
Gosh, you really want cash or a cashier's check. You do not want a personal check, too much risk. Also, you don't want to waste time with buyers who really aren't going to be able to come through. It's hard to get a loan in a private sale because the loan companies like to rely on dealerships to have some checks and balances.
So there's your keys right there. Cash, cashier's check.
Cash.
Do not take a personal check. That's the advice we, of course, offer to everyone. Regina, good to see you.
Thanks.
Thanks again.